Hello, friends. How are you all? Hope you're all doing good in this difficult situation. Please stay indoors as much as possible. Don't go out. Please keep studying. We have to study despite this difficult times, right? Make the best opportunity of this times and let's start our day of Satavahanas. Till yesterday, we have seen early Satavahanas, late Satavahanas, the political administration, how was the military structure, what was their actual territory was like, how was their actual geographical area. All these we have seen, right? Today we are going to look into how the women of those times would have been treated or respected, and what is the religion they followed, how was the art and architecture during that time, what was the language most popular during those timings. We have already discussed this on my earlier videos. People who have watched those my videos, for them it will be very much easy. It will be just like an recap to them, right? This is one of the very much interesting lessons of the Satavahanas period. So you see on the screen the picture. This is nothing but Amaravati Stupa, right? You see how white beautiful stupa is. This is Amaravati Stupa, which is present in Amaravati. Amaravati was the capital of Satavahanas. I told you, right, what was the first capital of Satavahanas? It was Pratishtanpur. The second capital was Dhanyakataka. Dhanyakataka is today's Amaravati, guys. Don't confuse with that when I'm saying Amaravati is the capital of Satavahanas. So this Amaravati Stupa was present during the time of Satavahanas. They actually took almost around 400 years to construct this stupa. You can say around 200 BC to 200 AD, right? So it's a long period. There have been many kings who have invested all their knowledge and all their efforts to build the stupa. So it's one of the epic we can say, right? Yeah, moving forward, we are going to look into the position of the women of those times. Who are the women? First, we have the queens, right? Who are those queens? Balashri, Naganika. Who is Balashri, guys? Remember, it's Gautami Balashri. There is no other Balashri as such. Okay, it is Gautami Balashri. Gautami Balashri is who? The mother of Gautami Putra Shatakarni. And Naganika, who is she? She is the wife of Shatakarni I. And comment and tell me in the comment section that what are the inscriptions they have passed. So this is your task for the day. You need to tell me what are the inscriptions passed by Naganika and Gautami Balashri. The women at that time, they were holding a very strong positions. You see, look at the kings only. They were having their mother's name in front of their names. It was like Gautami Putra Shatakarni, Vashishta Putra Shatakarni. But at the same time, you cannot say that they were following their mom's name only in their names. No, it is not like that. It was just with the case of few kings like Gautami Putra Shatakarni and Vashishta Putra Shatakarni and thereafter. But before that, you see, how about Shatakarni 1? How about Simukha? How about Yajnashri Shatakarni? They have not inscribed their mom's name in their name, right? So it was just for a few kings that the name structure followed. And see, these queens and all, they were actually very active when it comes to the administration part of their kingdom. Okay, so they, the queens of that time, they were mostly having knowledge of Buddhism apart from Vedic religion. So Buddhism, they were a champion of Buddhism, you can say. So they used to help a lot to the society, a lot to the Buddhist people by building, temples for Buddhists and the residential area for the Buddhists. So temples are nothing but chaityas, and the residential areas for those Buddhist people are nothing but viharas. I have told this in my earlier slides. For my students who are regularly following, for them it will be real quick. It's just like a recap to them. So yeah, this Chaityas and Viharas were built by the queens of those period. And next, how about the administration part? Like, the feudatory of the kings. Who are there? Mahabhojnis, they are the feudatory of Satavahanas. Likewise, when we are talking about the women administration, we used to have Mahasenapatini, Mahabholi and Maharathini. Okay, Mahasenapatini is the one who is the head of soldiers in the Mahasenapati. Senapati means the military group. So that is Mahasenapatini. Mahabholi is nothing but the head of the women group in the feudatory wise. And then Maharatni is nothing but their Rathi. Rathi means chariot. You know, during Mahabharata, in Mahabharata, Bhishma was a very higher class. They were Kshatriyas. But you know, how about Rathikas during that time? Rathika meaning the one who used to drive the chariot. So they were considered as Sudras, right? So Sudras were not giving much importance. But again, you see, Kan being a Sudra, he was a chariot, but he was having a great knowledge. Kan was very educated. He had access to most of the knowledge which Kshatriyas, or you can say almost all the knowledge he imbibed of the Kshatriyas period. So despite being Kan a charioteer, he was a great warrior. So that's why he can be termed, he was always called as Maharathi. And that's how Bhishma also segregated their group of class as Maharathi and Maharatini. That was the story behind Maharathi. You don't have to remember, just remember that in administration, the women also were given very much importance, just like Mahasenapati, Mahabholi and Maharathini. And you know, when we found the paintings in Ajanta and Ellora, those paintings of women, they were so beautiful. Their hairstyle was like so pretty. They were wearing ornaments, jewelries, everything. It was so nicely they were carrying. So with all these paintings, with all these evidences, we can say that they had a very good fashion sense. Fashion sense was really impressive of those days. And with this, we can say that the women, they used to adorn themselves and they used to like dressing up, right? And coming to the participation of women, they used to participate in many of the events like Madanotsa, Ghatabandhana, Kamudiyagam. See, these are all the events like, you know, Sankranti festival, it's a event or a function or a festival. So Utsav meaning festival. You see, Mahanotsav. This is nothing but a spring festival of those days. Now it is not much seen or not much followed, but at that time we used to have this spring festival called Mahanotsav. We used to have Ghantani Bandhana and then Kaumudiyagam. Ghantani Bandhana is nothing but a play sort of thing, meaning it is like stage drama sort of, and that drama used to be performed in Sanskrit language because Sanskrit was very popular during that time. Buddhist people also, they used to follow Sanskrit during that time, right? So this is nothing but the play, and Kaumudi Yagam is a Yagam. So in all these events, women participation was there. Okay, talking about the religion, what was the religion they followed? First, starting with Simukha, because Simukha is the founder, we need to start with that. Simukha, he used to follow Jainism and eventually he moved to Vedic religion. Why did he move to Vedic religion? Because before Satavahanas, it was Mauryas, remember? And Mauryas, they used to give much importance to which all religions? Vedic, Jainism and Buddhism. So these three religions were popular during that time. In order to get mingled with the people, he chose to be Vedic religion. But otherwise, he initially used to follow Jain. Okay. And then came Shatakarni I. Shatakarni I used to follow Hinduism. And the wives or the queens of that time, they used to mostly follow Buddhism. And then you see Naganika, she used to follow Vedic religion. That is, Shatakarni's wife used to follow Vedic religion. And in Naganika's inscription, she has talked about greatness of Shatakarni, what all sacrifices, what are yagnas he has done, like 2 Ashwamedha yagna and the Rajasuya Yagna. Ashwamedha Yagna meaning the cutting of Ashwa. Ashwa is elephant. Rajasuya Yagna. And then you have sacrifices like Aptoryama Agnideya. Aptoryama meaning there is a plant, guys, it is called Soma. So when you crush the leaves of it, you get the juice. So that juice is considered to be very sacred in the yagna timing. So whatever yagna we do, if we are giving that juice, then that sacrifice is said to be complete, or it is a very purified sacrifice. That's how they used to treat during that time. And then Agnideya meaning the first whatever sacrifice we are giving, that is termed as Agnideya. Adheya meaning first, Adhe first, Agni first sacrifice to the Agni is nothing but Agnideya. And apart from this, you see Yajnashri Shatakarni. Yajnashri Shatakarni used to follow what? He used to follow Buddhism. Because you see Gautamiputra Shatakarni's wife, meaning Gautamiputra Shatakarni used to follow Vedic religion. But the queens were having immense knowledge in Buddhism, and like that Buddhism actually gained much popularity that even Acharya Nagarjuna, remember, he has done a doctorate in Buddhism. So that's how Buddhism was going famous here and there. Queens used to follow Buddhism. With this, actually, Jain did not get much popularity during that time, I can say, because almost everywhere you see it was either Vedism or Buddhism. So Jainism was seen in very few parts like Kalinga, Malwa and Mysore. Mysore, Karnataka, Kalinga, Orissa and Malwa, Madhya Pradesh. So this is the various religions that we have seen during the time of Satavahanas. What is it? First it was Jainism, then it started to go into the Vedic religion. From Vedic religion it went into what? Buddhism. Completely Buddhism was ruling, you can say. Alright, so with this we have seen the religion part. Now let's look into the language which all they have followed. Remember what was the first language that they followed? Yeah, it was the Prakrit language. Prakrit language was the official language, was very famous during that time. You see, remember we were talking about the debates they were doing whether Satavahanas are from Maharashtra or Satavahanas are from Andhras during that time. They said that Satavahanas are from Maharashtra based on their language, that Sanskrit or Prakrit. Prakrit is their official language, right? So the official language of those days was Prakrit. But again, there was a great change in the language when Kuntala Shatakarni has come, right? Kuntala Shatakarni, he doesn't used to know Sanskrit, but his queens and all, they were Sanskrit queens. Like they mastered Sanskrit like anything, and he doesn't know Sanskrit, so he used to feel very much ashamed. That's why he appointed his minister Sarvavarma to teach him Sanskrit in 6 months. That was named as Katantra Vyakarna. The book whichever Sarvavarma has written, that is Katantra Vyakarna. It is in Sanskrit language. So the major change in the language from Prakrit to Sanskrit. And then Hala, remember, he is the 17th king of Satavahanas. He has written the book Kata Saptasati, that is also in Prakrit language. So you see what was the language it was famous during that time? Sanskrit, Prakrit and Rudradaman. Who is Rudradaman? He is the father-in-law of Shivashri Shatakarni, right? Who is Shivashri Shatakarni? The second son of Gautamiputra Shatakarni. So he has also given the Junagad inscription, which is again in Sanskrit. And the Buddhist people of those times also, they used to find Sanskrit to be more nice, more soothing, and that's why they used to follow Sanskrit language. But the local people of during those days, they used to follow Desi language. Desi meaning Telugu people, they used to speak Telugu, from Karnataka, Kannada. So that was their Desi language. And recently, there have been coins which have been found, and those coins, they were mostly related to, or they were mostly inclined towards the Telugu language which was found. So right, so with this we have seen the language and the literature part. Now coming to the art and architecture. Talking about art and architecture, the architecture was followed of rock art architecture. Rock art architecture meaning on the rocks itself they used to sculpt it, and they used to make a form of architecture. Like you see Varangal Fort, it's made upon a single rock, so that can be termed as a rock cut architecture. Similarly, they used to follow rock cut architecture, and they have built chaityas and viharas out of rock. And where was this found? It was found in Nasik, Kanheri and Karle. And you see the viharas and the stupas. Viharas meaning the residential area of Buddhists. Stupas, it's actually a dome shaped building, guys. What would be there in this dome shaped building is, in the center you will be having the remains or after great Buddhist monks like Buddha and many other monks who are on a higher level. They after their death, whichever the remains are there, they keep it over there and they do prayers. So that's, you can term it as a stupa. So these stupas and viharas, they were found to be made up of brick and marble. You saw the Amravati stupa, right? It was so beautiful. It was made up of what? It was made up of marble, white marble. So it was so pretty. And Amravati stupa is considered to be the most beautiful art of that time, and it has got many names from international level. Like people have defined it, the art, like a new canon of beauty and tranquility and the aesthetic deal of India. So these all captions were given to Amravati stupa. So yeah, all these viharas and stupas, they were found where Amravati, Jaggayapeta, Guli, Kantashala, Nagarjunakonda and Battiprolu. Of all these, the important being is Amravati and Jaggayapeta. In Amravati, what did we find? Amravati Stupa. And Amravati is also the capital of Satavahanas. Remember, guys, and these two, Amravati and Jaggayapeta, these are considered to be the best examples of the art of during that time. So this too is very important. You see there is a Shivalinga at Gudimallam. So this is what, again, this is related to Hindu art. So we can see that the Satavahanas, they have supported Hindu art as well. Apart from this, they have supported paintings also. There is a painting that is Black Princess, which is found to be in Ajanta caves. Though very correctly they have not stated, but they say that this Black Princess also belongs to the Satavahana period. I'll show you the picture how it actually looks like. You see, this is the Black Princess photo. This is the Black Princess photo of Ajanta caves, and this is the Shivalinga of Gudimallam, which is present in Chittoor district, and this is our Amravati Stupa. Now Amravati Stupa is not there, guys, because of the so long period with the atmosphere, climate, it has been damaged. So whatever the remains are there, this has been sent to the museum, that is London Museum. Okay, yeah, moving forward, we are going to look into the Amravati School of Art. You see, this is the Amravati Stupa, and where is Amravati? Here is Amravati. Okay, and let me just zoom it a little. See, where is this present? Amravati is present near river Krishna. You see, this is Krishna river, right? This is Krishna river. So this Krishna river, next to river Krishna, you have Amravati. So this I wanted to show you. And now look into the beautiful Amaravati Stupa. Okay, this is Amaravati Stupa. You see this, whatever outer railing is there, you are seeing this white railing. You have to tell me who has built this outer railing. This is the task for you. I have told this in my previous videos. If not, go and visit my previous videos, or else my students will be able to tell it just like that, who has built this railing, outer railing. Okay, this is your question of the day. And this stupa, you see, this is built in the ratio of 5:3, meaning 51:31. 51 is the base, 31 is the height. So this is the measurements of our Amaravati Stupa. And Amaravati is what again? It is the capital of Satavahanas, which is also called as Dhanyakataka. And people, they have captioned Amaravati Stupa to be the new canon of beauty and tranquility and the aesthetic ideal of India. Aesthetic meaning beautiful. Like whenever you see a painting, you would say that the painting is an aesthetic appeal to me, right? So it means that it adds beauty to it. So that's the meaning of it. The new canon of beauty and tranquility, meaning it's a new definition given to the beauty and the calmness. That's how they have treated. Canon meaning it's kind of a judgment, like this is the markup for the beauty and the tranquility. So that's how beautiful the Amaravati Stupa is, guys, right? So this is the very most important part or the architecture of Amaravati School of Art. With that Amaravati only we have got the name Amaravati School of Art. Yeah, so yeah, that's it for today. Tomorrow I am going to end your chapter for the Satavahanas. This will include the economic condition, the coins and the Shrenis I am killed, right? So tomorrow I am going to finish it, and for the questions you can post me, you can comment me, you can message me. I can provide you the questions. We can even discuss the questions only if I get some communication from you, right? So with this note, I am ending my today's video as well as the chapter. If you like it, please don't forget to give it thumbs up button, like, share and subscribe and comment, and keep posting your reviews. Thank you so much.